Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and let's wrap things up reviewing Oz material with from 1964. It's The Return to Oz. And this predates Disney's Return to Oz. They both share the same title, and actually. Return to Oz, it was done by none other than Rankin and Bass, and this was actually their first TV special. And of course, as we all know, Rankin and Bass, they're well known for their holiday stop-motion specials from Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the Year Without Santa, and of course, like animation-wise, Frosty the Snowman, etc., etc., etc. It's funny to think because that everybody knows Rankin and Bass so well for those holidays, specials, and like this is not really well known. Like this is kind of forgotten, basically. I don't know. I mean, there are, from what I can tell, yeah, there's Rankin and Bass has a couple of like materials and such. You know what that aren't really talked about that much. Like I remember like knowing that they did a Halloween special. Like, does nobody talk about that? Nor say like the Jack Frost one. I don't know. But anyways, but we're talking about Return to Oz, and it's okay. Like I did give this a watch. It is on YouTube. Of course, that's where I watched it. Basically, the story is, after Dorothy's friends are robbed of their prizes by a received wicked witch, she is sent back to Oz to set things straight once again. Yeah, and the thing is, like, okay, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, like, some, pieces of material of Oz, they tried to act like a sequel to The Wizard of Oz, like the MGM Wizard of Oz, of course, although technically they are not connected. They're not canon to that Wizard of Oz film. But of course, there are retellings and like their own versions of Oz, and like they take place after the events of when Dorothy first came to Oz. So as I've said before, the Wicked Witch of the West returning, like, okay, she survived from melting. Well, the thing is, that she waited until winter to be resurrected, because of, ice or something like that. Yeah, that's an interesting way to, like, establish how she came back. Like, is that, like, a stupid excuse or to explain, like, how, like, she just came back to life? I don't know. The songs in this, like, okay, I actually kind of liked, the only two songs I remember from this when I've been watching it was the song that played during the opening credits, and Tin Man's song as well, like one song number by the Tin Man. I thought that was pretty good too. And the cast of characters, yeah, and I mean, this is kind of weird. Like, okay, the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion, they have names. Tin Man is called Rusty. Scarecrow is called Socrates? I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. I'm sorry. And the Cowardly Lion, his name is Dandelion. Okay. And both Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, and the Wicked Witch of the West are both voiced by Peggy Lauder. I think that's how you say it, Peggy Lauder. Dorothy Gale is voiced by Susan Conway. That name almost sounds familiar. In fact, as I recall, like, this was like Susan Conway's debut, basically. And Carl Banez voices Dandelion. Alfie Scop voices the Scarecrow, and Larry D. Mann voices Rusty, aka Tin Man. I feel like I would recognize Larry D. Mann. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I didn't realize, yeah. Larry D. Man, he's best known for voicing Yukon Cornelius in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So, and to think like this was before, of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, yeah, because the thing is, like, yeah, this did come out Return to Oz did come out the same year when Rudolph came out. Although the thing is, Return to Oz came out a little bit earlier that year, while Rudolph, of course, it came later in the year, obviously during the holidays. So there you go. Yeah, and some stuff that was going on, like, okay, the Munchkins in this, they almost reminded me, they kind of looked like jelly beans. Like, okay, that why do they look like that? I don't know. Like, they're just like random colors, and they almost look like jelly beans. I don't know. And even when say like I think, yeah, like the witch does capture the wizard, and even at one point, like the Tin Man sacrificed himself, to save the others from a lightning strike. And even when, say, the witch had Dorothy held hostage and grabbed her, was holding her by her legs and, like, hanging her upside down out the window. Wow. And, the Cowardly Lion was, like, being brave and touching the silver shoes, because, the risk that he would turn into stone. But when he's holding them in his hands, he doesn't turn into stone. But when the witch puts the silver shoes on her feet, she turns to stone. Well, I guess that means if you put them on your feet, bare feet and so on, then you get turned into stone. So, and of course, she does get to turn into stone, and she's defeated, finally, and at long last. Yeah, and of course, near the end of the film, yeah, like Dorothy does return back to Kansas. Return to Oz, the animated TV special by Rankin Bass. I'm sure it's fine. Like, I wouldn't this isn't like something I'd watch all the time, But of course, yeah, I mean, I especially had to watch this for reviewing materials of Oz. You get my point. And how do I rate this? Good question. 6 out of 10? Because I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I'm not saying I hated it. It's okay. And come on, this was done by Rankin and Bass. And to think, this was before a little bit later on, what they would make next, as we all know and love. So they would go on after this. They would go on. I mean, not too long after this, after Return to Oz was made, they would go on to make much better things, of course, when it comes to stop motion and a bit of hand-drawn animation. So yeah. And what about you guys? Have you ever seen Return to Oz? And what you thought of my review? Leave comments and give this review a like as always. So again, 6 out of 10 stars for Rankin and Bass's Return to Oz. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Return to Oz. And with all that being said, this wraps up, this week's review of, Oz material. And I look forward to doing this again very soon. And yep. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video / review. Take care. And peace out. And green shirt, what was I thinking?